All right, welcome to the FeedBak podcast. Everybody, my name is Back, and this is episode number 199. We're getting close to 200. And as you know, I've been, talking to a lot of comics lately. Go back to the archives. I've had a bunch of people on, very funny people. And continue on this streak, I'd like to introduce my guest. I got Brian Macduffee in the virtual
Hey,
building.
hey,
How you doing, man?
good man. Just getting ready for another open mic tomorrow. Or tonight.
Dude, your grind is fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm tired of sucking. That's why.
Wait, hold on. I don't think you suck, honestly. You don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've seen you bomb. It's not a big deal. I bomb
Oh yeah,
too. Everybody does.
yeah,
It's part of the process. But you know, I don't think you've been doing it for a couple of years now, something like that.
yeah. About 2 years. Almost 2 years in April. So
And
we're
here,
coming up on it. Yeah.
here in Austin,
No. 3 months in Austin.
3 months. Where were you before that?
Yeah. San Diego.
How is it over there?
Dude, San Diego was great. Before quarantine, it was great, man. We had like 4 clubs. You could do like 2 to 3 mics every night. High
Wow.
level of competition. LA wasn't too far away. So yeah,
Hmm.
man, yeah, it was a great place for comedy, especially starting comedy.
Like who do you know from out there who actually like made it big from San Diego? Because I only hear
So
LA and New York and Boston and Chicago.
yeah, from San Diego, you got Bobby Lee from San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Brian Regan's from San Diego. Derek Poston just moved here. He's from San Diego.
Hmm.
Taylor Tomlinson's from San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Zoltan Kostas is an up and coming dude right now. He's got 2 million views on his last special on YouTube. Um, those are the people that come to mind right now. I bet you there's a couple more, but yeah, man, San Diego's a good place for comedy.
Wow. I had no idea. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge fan of I would say Boston, New York
Oh
comics.
yeah. Yeah. Boston's some of the best people in the world that come out of Boston.
Yeah, because they're angry
Yeah.
motherfuckers and they got shit to
Exactly.
say. And New
Yeah,
York
man.
people too.
My favorite, Patrice O'Neal, man, came out of Boston.
You too?
Yeah, man. Love Patrice, dude.
Uh, he's
Just the
he's he's my best. He's my favorite. Top number
uh
one.
oh
Nobody
yeah,
else.
just the heart and soul he put in his comedy was like nothing no one else could do.
Yeah, the authenticity he had is just second to none, and he was the same
Oh
on
yeah.
stage, off stage, and he was an asshole. Like that's what people
Oh
say
yeah.
about him. He was an asshole no
Oh yeah.
matter who was in front of him.
Yeah, but I think it's crazy. He was a lovable asshole.
Yes.
Like that's such a contradiction. That's such a unique type of human. I'm still
Mhm.
trying to bring that out. I feel like I'm too nice sometimes.
If you start throwing books at people, he had that one story that Kevin Hart told on that documentary. You watched documentary, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one story where Kevin Hart was performing at the cellar or somewhere, I don't know, and
Boston
then
Comedy Club. Yeah,
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 Boston Comedy Club, and then Patrice O'Neill was in the back. He started throwing phone books at him.
yeah. And so there's better material in these.
I dare you to do that. I dare
Yeah,
you to
man.
throw a phone book.
No, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm too nice. I couldn't do that. I have been talking to a couple friends though, and you know how everyone's like, yeah, support your comedy friends. You got to be supportive in this scene. I'm like, I think we should do the opposite. I think there's too many of us in here. When someone's bombing, we should start booing them. Let them know they're doing bad.
You won't start that trend. Holy fuck!
I can't. I
You're
don't want
gonna
to be that
destroy
guy
people.
either. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Like, oh, if Brian's sitting in the front, be careful. He'll boo you. I can't. I can't.
At best, I would say just sit in the front row, arms crossed, and don't even smile once.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. If someone says something good, I'm not gonna like hold back a laugh. I know some people like that
Yeah.
that would like in San Diego would hold back laughs to be like, they really got to earn it. And I'm like, no, if
Oh, come
something's
on.
funny.
No.
Yeah, if something's funny, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna let them know that that's funny. You can find something in that and work with it.
Yeah, funny's funny. I mean,
Exactly.
and I've been saying this to a bunch of people that I've had on the show that like it's hard to perform in front of in a room full of comics because you can't. First of all, you can't engage if your shit is really funny because they probably heard your shit before,
Yeah.
And so, and on top of that, like you said, they're just like, okay, well, this doesn't, it's okay, but it's not gonna make me like laugh out loud, like I was a regular audience member. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It
yeah,
kind
man.
of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard people say it before. I think it's ironic that you would think comedians would have the biggest sense of humor, you know, but all we're thinking about is our set, you know. So even when you're up there doing your thing, we're thinking about what we're gonna say. So we're not even really worried too much about what the person up there is saying,
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
but there's also that term, comics comic. You know,
Yep.
that's how you know you're starting to do something when all the comics from the back of the room actually start watching you. That's how you know you're getting better and people are interested in what you actually have to say.
That takes years to get. I don't know
Oh,
anybody who's done it in less than 5,
yeah, man, exactly.
or even like less than 10, because that
Yeah,
takes years to
exactly.
build. Holy shit! So what was it about you that you're like, I got to do this?
Um, man, just not doing anything with my life. You
Oh,
know, just
there's a
yeah,
plan.
man. Yeah, man. Exactly.
There's a plan A.
I've always been a person that's like in the moment. I'm like an in the moment type of person. You know, I was
Mhm.
working at a bar at the time. My cousin actually met a guy named Tone D Mac from Baltimore. Then they worked together, and he just moved here from Baltimore. And he's like, "Yeah, I do stand up comedy." And my cousin was like, "Oh my god, my cousin's always wanted to try that." He was like, "We should go out. We should go out one night." So we
Mhm.
go to an open mic. We're sitting there, and he's like, "You gonna sign up?" And I did what everyone else does. I'm just gonna watch, you know. And he gave me this face of like a Patrice, like a you know, just
Ugh.
you know. And I was like, man. And then at that time, like 2 months before that, my brother passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, sorry about
Right?
that.
Life, man. He lived at a different level. It's okay.
Mhm.
Um, but and I started thinking, I was like, man, dude, if my brother was here right now, he would try it and he wouldn't even think nothing about it, you know? So I was like, drank a couple beers, got on stage, didn't have any material. I've always been the funny guy at the bar and with my friends and stuff, didn't have anything planned out. The moment I got on the stage, right, and I seen all those faces
Mhm.
completely quiet, giving me attention, like what's this man have to say, I was already hooked. I was like,
Really?
this is what I've been missing in my life. This is what I've always wanted, you know?
Did you um how old were you at the time?
25.
Okay, so 2 years ago?
2 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still young. God damn it. It's a young man's game. Anyway,
Yeah, man.
I'm an old fuck.
Well, I mean, also, I had Jamar Neighbors tell me one time. I was talking to him, and he was saying, and I know this is crazy, but because we're men, we don't have to worry about age too much, you know,
That's a good
because
yeah.
yeah, because it's like you're not really worried about that because your looks aren't going to take you to the height. It's going to be more your talent than what you look like because you're a male comedian.
Are you saying females need to look good to make it?
No, I just think you've always heard the thing where it's harder for female comedians. You
It
know,
is. It is.
uh,
It is a man's game.
yeah,
It just happens to be that way. It's not necessarily
exactly.
a good thing, but it just happens to be that way.
Yeah, like there's some men that are just like chauvinistic, where they think automatically like, oh, women aren't funny, so you
Mhm.
automatically got to be a little funnier than us, right? And like you got to be decently looking with symmetry. Like even Roseanne Barr wasn't bad to look at, you know. And
Yeah.
she's one of the she exactly, she's still an ant, but it wasn't like bad to look at, and she was still like one of those wild people, man. So yeah, I do think it's a little harder for women though.
Do you remember your set from that night?
Uh, I just talked a lot about Game of Thrones was big at that time. So I talked a lot about Game of Thrones, and I could tell the crowd was older, and they were like, "The fuck is Game of Thrones?" Did a lot of crowd work. That's what I think I'm like decent at now. That's what I resort to when I'm bombing, is
Yeah.
I'll kind of start like messing with the crowd and stuff. And I worked at a bar, and it was at a bar, so I just talked about like what the bartender was going through.
Mhm.
Yeah, she smiles, but she doesn't like you guys. I promise you. She might like that guy because you look like you're in here every day. You tip 5 at least. Stuff like that.
And you got off, you're like, this is it. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that very next week, I went back to the same place, but it was closed. So I shot down to San Diego, did a little local place called the Comedy Palace. Great club. If you're ever in San Diego, check it out.
Mhm.
Did that Tuesday, went back next week. I missed the open mic. So I shot down to downtown and did the Madhouse. So that was my third week. And then every day after that, I realized, because I seen the other talent there,
Mhm.
I realized, man, if I'm going to do this, I got to be here every day. And since that third week, man, it's been almost every day doing comedy, just trying to get better.
Wow. Were you on? Did you get to showcases back in San Diego, or you still open
Yeah,
mic?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I started getting shows. Nothing big, man. Like
Doesn't
if you ever
matter.
seen, yeah,
It's an upgrade.
exactly.
It's an upgrade.
Exactly, 100%, 100%, man. Shows are so much different than mics. It's like all that work you've been putting into the mics, it finally like starts to pay off
Yeah.
because you got real people, real environment, people that want to see comedy, instead of a couple scattered people. So it's levels above.
How long did it take you to get there?
Well, it was weird because a guy on Facebook at the Madhouse Comedy Club named Raul Zambrano just kind of put on Facebook, any new comics want to do their first showcase.
Hmm.
And there was he put like 6 of us on there. And I was one of the 6 that hit him up. And not going to lie, I think I did the best out of all of them. But it still wasn't good. It still wasn't good. Even watching the film back now, I'm like, oh, I maybe got 3 laughs.
Yeah. How long
Yeah.
was how long were the sets? Like
I did 5.
5? Yeah.
Yeah.
To get to where you have a solid 5, it's work. You just gotta put in the
Dude,
fucking work.
I still struggle with the type 5.
I
Because I try to be an emotional comedian, so I'm always like kind of all over the place. I'm not clever. I'm not good with that setup punch, that real quick joke.
uh-huh.
You know? Yeah, man. Yeah.
What happens to me a lot is that I and you've seen me. I mean, it's not like I have great it the delivery is everything, because in my head, like when I think of a joke in my head, I know exactly how it should be delivered. Like if I were a professional comedian on stage, I have an idea of how it should be done, but as soon as I get up there, my brain just goes left.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is not at all what I envisioned in my head.
Oh yeah.
And whether it's, hitting those pauses, or, doing any kind of physical like gestures or whatever, it all goes out the window because I get so focused on what I'm trying to say. And then my brain just goes, no, fuck it. We're going to say this. And then that's just going to add more words that are not even funny. And you're
Yep.
just adding fluff at this point, and you're just filling
Yep.
blanks. And then next thing you know, the light comes on, like, fuck, I haven't really said anything.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's
Well, yeah, man.
frustrating, but it's all part of the process.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
not mad at it.
yeah, where it gets me to is like where I'll be working on something, right? And I'll get a laugh on the point I want, right? And then after that, I forget the tags, I forget what's coming next. And I'm like, because I'm so happy that one joke worked, you know?
You're
And
on
then it
cloud
all just
nine
goes
right
out
now.
the
You're like,
window. Exactly. And I'm like, but that can't be the end of the joke. It doesn't have a closing. It doesn't make sense, like, oh, I got to keep going. And then I'm just like, I might be gay. What?
but you know what? That's what the spontaneity of it, I think, is what makes it funny. Because when I've seen comics that kind of like stick to a script, right? And to where, I mean, to get to where it's flawless is a whole different level, right?
Yeah, undeniably funny is still 8 years away.
Yeah, exactly. But to get to a point where you're you have a script, like your material, but you still allow yourself to be flexible with it in case shit happens,
Mhm.
right? And so when, say, you notice something in the crowd, or you get a response from something you said, and that's not what the punchline was, but you get a reaction out of it, you're trying to capitalize on that and kind of get the momentum going again. And but sometimes, like, I know I get so caught up in what I want to say that I totally ignore what the crowd is telling me.
Yeah, 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 man. And even last night when we were at the Blind Pig, right?
Yeah.
Like smiles were enough for me. You know, if I just realized I had people smiling, I was like, at that place, I was like, okay, then at least I'm like, I got them engaged and I got them watching me. Because the worst thing for me is when you see people like start to whisper and stuff and start talking amongst each other, then I'm like, oh, I just know they're picking me apart. You know, that's the worst feeling for me.
Does it really like hurt you, or you're just like, ah, you know what? It's okay. It
Well,
makes you want to work harder, I guess.
yeah, you know what I heard the other day actually on Andrew Schultz podcast. He was saying, and this is 100% correct, man. When I go up there and I'm honest about who I am,
Hmm.
right? It hurts less than when I go up there and I lie to try to dance for the people, you know? Because when you lie and try to like pander to the people almost, and then it still doesn't work, that crushes me even more, you
Right.
know? Because
Yeah.
I literally tried to pander to you for the sake of the joke and you still didn't like it. And then like that hurts me more. Like I feel like I lied to myself and defeated myself almost. If I'm honest and people don't like it, whatever. I did my thing. I tried my best, you know.
Right.
But yeah, man, that thing that's worse than bombing. That's a super bomb. That's Biden and Syria type of bomb, you know. It just kills me, man.
That's eating a bag of dicks, like CK would say.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, when I bomb and I'm honest, it's like one dick, but when you lie, it's a whole goddamn bag, you know?
So what brought you to
Fucking
Austin then?
so I actually grew up in Pflugerville.
What?
So yeah, I'm from San Diego and we moved from San Diego when I was 12 to Pflugerville. And I grew up here. Then I moved back to San Diego when I was 20. So I was like, fucking Pflugerville, dude, I got to get out of here. I hate this place, you know,
There
this
wasn't
small
shit in
town
Pflugerville
place.
back then.
Dude, they didn't have the water park. They didn't have nothing, man. It was
I remember.
cornfields. Oh, we used to party in the cornfields back in high school. Our buddies, we would get trucks and put like a piece of plywood down and play beer pong from the top. It was ridiculous, you know. So yeah, man. And then pandemic hit. My family was pressuring me because my whole family's here. You know,
Yeah.
they were like, "Move back, move back." You know, it's cheaper. Milk only costs $2 instead of 5. You know, gas, all that jazziness. And then Joe Rogan came, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know, like Rogan kind of brought the Comedy Store back and was like doing big things. And then once Elon Musk came, I was like, all right, that's where the future's at. I
Mhm.
might as well go. Yeah, man. Yeah. So
Well,
now I'm here and I love it.
you're still a California brat, but
Oh yeah,
I
100%. Yeah, yeah.
fuck you.
Uh, that's the thing though. Like we grew up poor in California. You know, we weren't like the people living in La Jolla. Like we lived by the beach, but we were like in a ghetto little military town. You know.
Ghetto military town. Those are two words
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen together.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Like at one point in time when my parents were growing up in Oceanside, California, it
Uh-huh.
was the 8th most dangerous place in the world.
In the world.
And in the world.
Hold on. In the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
You have
yeah. And
North
like
Korea, you have Syria,
exactly.
you
All right. Well,
have
maybe
fucking
yeah. Now that you bring up
you have the
North
Gaza
Korea, I'm like,
Strip.
that's number one. Maybe it's America. Maybe 8th in America.
Yeah,
Whoever
I
you
would
said
say
that,
America.
I said, oh damn, you're right. That's a big place. You're right, dude. Yeah, maybe in America then. But yeah, man, a lot of gangs, a lot of prostitution, big on drugs, you know, dangerous, man. Then it started getting cleaned up. And the only reason we got out of California is
Uh-huh.
because a lady gave my dad a house.
Give your dad a
Yeah,
house here?
a house like 10 minutes away from the beach in California.
Oh, that's why you went there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are growing up there and stuff. This lady passed away. She was a hoarder. Whole house was just destroyed. Cat piss everywhere, human feces on the ground, broken Barbie dolls, just like it's like a horror movie, like the Texas Massacre house. That's what it looked like, right? My
Uh-huh.
parents fixed it up, put a bunch of money into it because they sold their first house, put a bunch of money into it, sold it for like almost $800,000, moved to Texas and lived like kings, you know? So that's the only reason we really got out, I think.
Shit, how do you give a house?
Yeah, she didn't have any siblings, and my dad grew up next to her and was just, they say nice guys finish last. No, that's a lie. Because he was just nice to her, mowed her lawn for free, and she didn't have anyone to give it to, and just was like, we're gonna give it to Brian Macduffee.
I mean, you or your dad?
Yeah, my dad's name is Brian Macduffee too.
Oh, okay. That was confusing
Yeah.
because you gave it to.
Yeah. I was actually supposed to be a girl. Yeah, truly. The doctor told my parents I was going to be a girl.
As a prank?
No, seriously. They bought everything in pink. I was going to be Candace McDuffie. You know, we were just talking about this today. Candace McDuffie, you know, then I came out and they're like, it's a boy. And my mom was like, no, what do you mean it's a boy? And doctor's like, it's a boy. My dad started crying. He was like, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Do you have older siblings?
Yeah, no, I have younger siblings. Four.
Oh, so
of
you're
them.
the first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're the first, and you're supposed to be a girl.
Yeah.
did they do the whole like gender reveal and everything? And it was a girl at the time.
Yeah. I don't know if they did a gender reveal. I think the doctor just told him like, "Oh, you're gonna have a beautiful baby girl," you know. And that's why they didn't even know what to call me. Like that, they were like, "What do we call it?" You know. And my
Brian,
grandmother was like,
what's your name? Yeah, Brian.
Yeah. My grandmother was like, well, Brian's a good name. And I was like, yeah, that's my dad's name. Grandma, you picked it. That's why you like it. So they went with Brian Macduffie.
That's how I named my son too. I named my son back.
Yeah. Is he a junior?
No, we don't do juniors in Africa.
See, my dad didn't do junior either. He thought it was weak, you know.
But you know what? He has a middle name. I don't. And so,
damn.
Yeah, when we because I mean, you know, mom is white and everything, so it wouldn't be fair to just, you know, he has my last name, but like you have to have a good name to follow a name. Like my full name is Bakary, so it's tough to like Bakary and then what? Bakary Michael, Bakary Jason, Bakary that one. Like it has to like flow. So that was a big ordeal.
Bakary Michael does flow. That's not bad.
No, see that's the thing. I didn't want to give like a. I'm sorry, but Brian is a white ass name. Yeah. I think you have a bit about it.
I agree. Yeah. I say it all the time. Yeah.
Like if at any of those, like I know tons. Like if I look at my contacts in my phone, and there's more than 3 of a name, no way. So I got a bunch of Brians. I got a bunch of Jasons. I got tons of Michaels. I got Stevens out the ass. I have a bunch of those. So I'm like, no, it's got to be cool. It can't be one of those.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
Oh, Chris, like fuck a Chris.
Something that like sticks in your mind when you meet a person. You know, that's why I'm jealous of like Back. You know, that's a name that you can't forget. You know. Yeah. Right when you told me your name, I was like, cool, that's Back. You know, I got that. I'll never forget that ever. You know. Brian, people are like, hey, I'm Brian. Then like 2 minutes later, they're like, hey, Brad, right? And I'm like, God damn it, no, not Brad, dog. You know, it upsets me. I'm telling you, it does.
Hey, Tyler, come here.
Exactly. You're just like, oh, typical Whitey name, dude. You know, I hate it.
Hey, you could have changed it or added it. You know what? I understand why people go by their middle name sometimes because it's like the first name sucks. Because now my son's middle name is Jaden.
Oh,
I think Bakary is way cooler than Jaden. That's why it's first.
Oh, it is though. Yeah.
But he'll get to pick when he's older. But like, I was like, yeah, it can't be one of those forgettable names. Actually, I did the experiment, and that's what I was trying to do last night at the Bind Pig when I asked this dude, hey, pull up Facebook and type in Back. I'm the only Back on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And so
and it's BAK.
Yes.
Yeah.
But people still fuck it up all the time. Say call me Bach and shit. But you know.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, you have. Everybody has.
Yeah.
You're not special.
Especially because I was trying too. I was like, don't butcher his name. You know, it's BAK. You know he's from Africa. It's Bach. Hey, what's up, Bach? And you're like, you mean Back? And I was like, damn it, I even tried, dude. I even tried, you know.
It's all right. You know what? I'm out of point. I've been in this country almost 23 years. I've heard them all, so I'm not.
Yeah.
It doesn't faze me anymore. But actually, if I see you a bunch of times and you still don't get it, then yes, I will say, come on now.
That's when you're like, hey,
it's 3 letters.
Hey, stupid person. Let me tell you, it's 3 letters. Yeah, dude. Guess what my middle name is? It's even wider.
Hold on.
Charles. Oh, my bad.
Oh
My bad.
my
My bad.
God, really?
Oh, that's why I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Brian Charles. God
Yeah,
damn.
exactly.
You
I
are
sound like,
cursed, my friend.
yeah, I sound like royalty without a castle. You know what I'm saying? It's
No
god
shit.
awful, man. Yeah, yeah.
God, you sound like a character from DuckTales at this point. Brian Charles McDuffie.
Exactly, man. I know. I know. Then you see me actually, and you're like,
Yeah, you
man, you
don't
don't
look
look
it.
like a
You
you
don't.
don't look like a Brian Charles. And I'm like, well, you don't get to choose at first.
I don't know. Go BC or Chuck or something.
Yeah, dude. I thought about doing the stage name, like Charlie Mack, but I think, or like Charles Mack, but it sounds
Yeah.
too much like Bernie Mac. Like, I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know.
Brian McD.
Yeah, I thought about also doing just my last name, just McDuffie, because that's like what people reference to me now. That's like how they know me. Like, oh yeah, McDuffie. I just thought about just McDuffie, but I'm like, I don't know, dude. Year two, we'll find all that out later,
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. But I look,
Yeah,
I have to admit, McDuffie was hilarious.
yeah, but I got her last night. I got her
Yeah,
last
I
night
know,
on
I
that.
know you did, but
I got her.
I laughed when she said it. I couldn't help
God,
myself. And you know what? Talk, if we're talking about just being mean to each other, I hope it sticks. I
I don't.
fucking I know, but that's the point.
Bro, it's like that's like one of the reasons I do comedy. This is like seventh grade all over again, getting bullied for my last name and getting my titties flipped. I was like, God, I thought I moved past this.
No.
God, it's like the back of the school bus all over again, dude.
Hey, that's how it goes. That's how it
Yeah,
goes.
man.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
you're basically hanging around shit talkers, like
yeah.
24/7 shit
Truly.
talkers. So that's what you get. You got to grow thick skin. You
Yeah,
know.
that's what I imagined too. I was like, man, imagine if I hung out with Patrice O'Neill and someone called me Brian Macduffie. He would just roast me.
Dude, he
He would
would
end
call you
me.
that for the rest
Yeah,
of his life, for the rest of
yeah,
your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
McDuffie, come
Truly,
here. Mc-
truly.
Shut up, McDuffie.
Yeah, that's how I know I would like. That's how I feel like that's how I know I'd start getting funnier when he started calling me Mac Duffy. That's when I'd be like, all right, now I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Turn the light back on.
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
boom.
We'll cut all that. No worries.
Oh,
But
that's what I
do you do you follow? I know like the stuff you talk about is like personal shit. You're talking about how you hate being
yeah,
white,
yeah.
which is fair. You should.
I don't know. I've been refining that. I don't hate being white, but yeah, white people do bug me. I'm not gonna lie. I think everyone just kind of bugs me now.
No, I mean it's one of those like I get the self-deprecating humor because here's the thing when it comes to um talking about current events and jokes, whether you're talking about Trump still, you're talking about Biden, you're like, okay, how many of those can you really do that nobody's done before?
Exactly.
Right? But if it's just you, nobody else can tell your story. Nobody else can tell your
Exactly.
experiences and whatever. Nobody can be as funny as you are.
Exactly.
But if you're gonna talk about Kofefe and whatever Trump did, you're just basically telling the news in a funny
Yep.
way, and it's like, eh. But do you try to incorporate some of the stuff that's happening in your material, or is it just straight like this is my life?
Yeah. There's some things I try to stay away from. Like, I think we get enough of politics,
Thank you.
and I try to stay away from politics. Like, dude, it's like all people talk about now. Like, let's make politics boring again. You
I was
know?
hoping so with Biden. That's that
Yeah,
because
man.
Trump was
Exactly.
exhausting.
Exactly. He was. I agree, man. And so I don't know. Like politics, I try to make little jabs, but it's also like everyone. It's the first thing they go to. You know.
That and cancel culture now.
Oh, and cancel culture. I mean, even George Carlin was talking about like people try to hold you down from saying words. They want you to talk a certain way. So I do like to attack that a little bit. I think it's crazy that we can't say certain things, even though I'm like, bro, this is America. What are we arguing about right now? Words? That's how bad we think it is. We're arguing about words. Like, come on, let's get over it.
Well, the N word is worth fighting for.
Oh
Not
yeah, I
fighting
don't.
for it,
Yeah.
but defending.
Oh yeah. I actually I'm working on a bit right now about that. But I'm never gonna say it, dude. It cuts.
It does.
It's one of those. I can't stand when people use it in a derogatory way. To remind someone of where their ancestors come from. Like you're trying to hurt that person, you think you're better than them. You're not better than them. I can't stand when people use that to hurt someone.
Did you hear my set last night?
No, that tornado was coming, so I got scared and left.
Oh yeah. Well, I left right in between the like when it started pouring and shit. But anyway,
Yeah.
I had this joke. I did that a couple of years ago. That was actually my FPIA set from 2019, and
Uh-huh.
so I brought it back. I hadn't touched it in a while, and I'm like, I'm just gonna like change it a little bit, and it has to do with my last name because my last name is Zumanigi, and this is a true story. A roll call in college, the professor called me Zuma nigga. Yeah, exactly. And he struggled with it too. He paused.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was at the end of the list, roll call, and he goes, Bakery Zuma nigga. That was the joke. That was the joke I did last night. And I was like, hey, you know what? I wasn't even mad because I hadn't heard that version of my last name before.
Yeah.
And it was an African studies class.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Okay. That's yeah.
He wanted
I
to be
like
one of
how,
us so bad that it was like,
yeah,
yo,
dude,
Zuma
yeah.
nigga.
Yeah. And he's a white dude. Teaching the
Of
African studies
course.
class. That's just funny in itself,
Of course, is a white dude.
Yeah.
You see these
Yeah.
guys.
I like how
Seriously.
he couldn't just ask you like,
No.
is there a bakery in here? How do you say your last name? Instead he was like, I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna do it.
Just call me back. That's all I said.
Yeah.
Just call me back.
Nice
Shut
and
up and call me
polite,
back.
dude. That's hilarious, man. Yeah,
So
dude.
that's how I changed it up last night. It did okay, I guess, for whoever was paying attention. But I'm gonna work some more on it. But yeah, I do think that names are fascinating because there's a lot of comics, even professional comics to this day, who have this bits about, okay, this is how people fuck up my name, whatever it is. Like Greg Barron had one a while back. Trying to think who else. That's the one that really sticks out to me. But it's got, I mean, of course it depends on the name, but it's one of those, hey, let me introduce myself. And then this is some of the shit that I go through, which nobody else can tell.
Exactly.
Zuma nigga, you can't make that shit up.
You can't make that up. Either that or you're one of the most clever people in the world.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Coming from me is not a big compliment though, because I'm not clever. That's why I'm an emotional comedian.
Wait, hold on. How so?
Dude, I'm telling you, because it bugs me so much, man. I watch all these other people that do the good setup and punchlines, and it bugs me because I'm not good at it. And I don't think I'm clever enough for it, if that makes sense. I think I burn too many brain cells or something. I don't know what it is.
Do you write a whole lot? And
yeah, but mainly just how I'm feeling. I try to write every day for at least 5 minutes. I write how I'm feeling, and then in that I try to find something that's funny, but usually it's usually not. It's usually just like I read this back and I'm like, God, why am I so angry? I'm always angry. I don't know why.
That's interesting because I would think that if you write about how you're feeling, something actually makes you feel that way. Something that happened. You got in a fight with your younger brother or whatever, or you went out to a restaurant and then the waitress was a bitch. Something, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you feel that way, you're like, okay, let me write it down. But are you trying to get to the funny in terms of how you feel or in terms of what actually happened?
Yeah, no, I'm just going with what I feel right now, so dude, I got giant ears. I don't know if you can see those very well. I hear a lot. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot, and there's just some things that I hear come out of people's mouth that like frustrates me,
Like, give me an example.
Dude, like we were at a mic one night, right? And there was a dude with his friend there, right? And we're all sitting in a circle, right? We're all shooting the stuff, and this dude's on the outside of the circle with his friend,
Uh-huh.
right? And I just overheard, and this guy's a comic telling his friend that's not a comic. I overheard him telling his friend, like, yeah, those people in that circle are just fake as fuck, you know? And and that's what I'm saying. I'm too much of a pussy to say anything, but I just kind of glanced over, like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Where you're like the realest motherfucker in the scene, bro. We're sitting here before an open mic, just shooting the shit,
Uh-huh.
trying to be funny, finding stuff, and stuff like that just gets under my skin. Like if you're gonna say something like that, say it to people's faces.
Did
You
you go
know,
up to him?
it's no, that's what I'm saying. No, I didn't. I just went home and wrote about it and put my emotions on the paper. I don't want to start conflict with people.
Okay,
You
that's good.
know,
At least that's good.
that's why I've been doing this, trying to do this whole bit about like being this big. I kind of feel like Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility, because I could just knock someone out at any moment, you
Uh-huh.
know? And I'm like, but I'm not a fighter, dude. We're comics. We're supposed to fight with our brains. That's why I'm like, dude, just reserve yourself. There's no point being physical. This is one of your favorite mics. Don't shy away from it. Just for what? For pride?
Right.
It's not worth it.
No, I get it. I was actually, and it's even more true um when you're hanging out with non-comics because they don't get it.
They don't get it.
I was actually this was Sunday night. Sunday night. I went to that showcase at Russian House,
Uh-huh.
and after the show, it was Andre or Dre and Gabe. We're just sitting outside. We're talking about the vaccine. We're just shooting the shit, and then we walked over to a bar. Just for one drink, nothing crazy. And I run into this dude I know, this black guy I know, and he's one of those guys that like he's very he's peaceful, but he can be intense. And he was drunk when we showed up. So he saw
Yeah.
me and it was like, yo, back, what's up? I'll see you in a minute, blah, blah, blah. Let me get you a drink. I'm like, all right, cool, cool. But I know you're drunk right now.
Yeah.
And so Gabe, Dre, and I go to the patio. As soon as we sit down, he comes up and he starts to talk to us. Like, hey, what's up? What's your name? What are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, I support black people. He's very like militant like that. And he goes, yeah, I support black folks. I love black everything. I support black everything. And Dre, without missing a beat, goes, even black rapists? And
Got him.
yeah, but I laughed. I was like, dude, that's funny. He didn't think that was funny at all.
Yeah.
And he started getting to Dre's face, like, really? You talking about fucking kids? Like, what's funny about? I'm like, look, man, calm down. It was the
Yeah.
joke. You just didn't get it. Okay,
Yeah.
he's a comedian. This is what we do. Just leave us
Yeah.
alone. He's like, no, this motherfucker's talking about fucking kids. Like, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck you. And then he started getting to Dre's face.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Damn.
yes, like they were about to fight kind of deal. And I was telling Dre, like, look, I mean, Dre was cool about it, but
Yeah.
they went back to the bar and I held him. I held my boy back. I was like, look, man, calm the fuck down. Okay. You're drunk. These guys are comedians. There was a joke. You didn't get it. Just let it go. He was like, no, you can't. Are you supporting black rapists? You can't joke about that shit. And he was getting to my face too. And I've known the guy for a year. I mean, I can't say I know him, but whatever. But I'm like, this is what happens when you're hanging around with people who don't get it.
Yeah. Well, and and it's like a matter of like, yo, shit happens, shit that we don't control, right? That doesn't mean you can't joke about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like no one is controlling. Like, trust me, we wish the world was perfect. We wish bad things didn't happen to good people, but they do. And that's where we come in. We shine a light on these things and actually talk about them. And another thing is, yo, Andre is black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
he actually tried to explain to him, is like, you said you like black everything, and I said even black rapists, and you just don't. I'm saying you don't support, except you should have said except black rapists, but no, he just kept going like, "What, you talk about fucking kids?"
Yeah, exactly. That guy doesn't know how to make jokes, and that's why Andre just picked him apart. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny. I think it was funny. I saw I was at that show at Vulcan on, was it Thursday or Friday?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, oh yeah, it was a secret show, and I mean, lineup was crazy. Fucking Ron White showed up. Steve Byrne was here.
Oh yeah,
Brian
I heard Rogan.
Holtzman, Joe Rogan, and then Tony went up.
Yeah.
Tony went last, and he did this whole thing about the China virus. And this Chinese guy walks up to the front of the stage like he's about to fight Tony. And same thing, the guy didn't get it. And like, Tony's like, you don't understand that this is a fucking comedy show,
Yeah.
and that you chose to be here. And the guy started just talking shit to Tony, and then his girl walks up and does the same thing, and they got kicked out. And I'm like, it's not for everybody.
No, it's really not.
For anybody.
Yeah, even yeah, I was telling something to my mom today. I was telling her about the Joyce joke when she was calling me Brian Macduffee, and she literally shook her head and was like, "You sure you want to do comedy? You sure you're a comedian? Yeah, man, it seems like you got to get better." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, you don't get it. You know, that's what we do. We're like we're the activists for free speech. You know,
yeah,
we're the ones that we're the ones that, like Louis C.K. said it best. You know, saying you can't joke about something is saying like there's a disease you can't cure. You're not even going to try. You're not going to try it."
And I will quote Patrice O'Neill when he said, "A good joke and a bad joke come from the same place, and you can't knock the attempt to be funny. You can't knock that." I mean, I've heard tons of people trying to be funny, and I'm like, sorry, it's not funny to me. It's not. I mean, by all means, like, I'm glad you tried, right? But if it doesn't land, don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the audience.
Get mad at yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's just in the audience. Like, if you think you have the best punchline ever and it doesn't work, that's on you.
Yeah, and also like with those audience members that get up and like like the Asian people like come up to the front of the stage and like, "Yo, you're not funny, da da da." Just get up and leave. You know, you're not gonna change anyone's perspective on how they feel about things. It's America, son. You can just get up and walk out. The comedians don't ruin the show for everybody else.
I can't stand hecklers, man. I really don't. White girl hecklers, because that's usually what. Let's be honest.
100%.
Let's be honest.
You can't say that.
Oh, there was the girl last night. Did you see her? Yeah.
Where? Blind Pig?
At Blind Pig.
No, I didn't see her.
The one,
the drunk one.
The drunk one. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I went up to her actually, right? And I said, hey, do you do comedy? And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yo, you should go sign up. Go sign up because you go see how hard this shit is. You're making it harder for everyone else." Her friend was like, "Why are you so aggressive?" And I was like, "Whatever. I'm going to get pizza. Get out of my face, dude."
She did. I forgot who she was heckling that was up. But anyway, she was just like in the front row. No, she sat on the stairs. Right up front.
I remember that.
Yeah, she sat right on the stairs, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and then the dude with the guitar went up and she started doing interpretive dancing to his singing. I'm like, no. Like, what gives you what's going on in your head that you think that this is appropriate?
She's an attention whore.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. She's jealous of the people on stage getting attention, and she wanted people to look at her. That's why I said, you think you're a comic, go up there. Go see how hard it is. Why don't you try it? You know? Go give it a chance. If you want the light to shine on you, this is the perfect game for you. This is what we do.
Exactly.
You know, go up there and be vulnerable. Try it out.
And I don't feel bad when they get roasted by the comedian.
It's not.
I love it. I fucking love it. Like, I'm like, you deserve this shit.
Yeah, that's why you say you don't like hecklers. I love them. I love them because it opens the floodgates of now I get to say whatever I want to you and you can't get mad, you know? even though I know you're going to get mad, I get to look you in your eyes and see what really makes your heart twitch. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to exploit that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I go for anything I can.
Dude, I haven't had I had a heckler one time at the Romo room. It wasn't a it was a heckler in the sense that he interrupted me, but it wasn't to where I had to go and dig it. I think as an audience member, it's the worst shit. That as an I fucking hate it. And I always choose carefully who I'm bringing to a show. Because if it's one of those people that's just going to be talking the whole time or just putting their phones up, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to support the guy, go like buy tickets to the show, share his shit on social media. But just saying, look, I was here, blah blah blah. Nobody gives a shit. Just enjoy
Yeah.
the show. That's it.
Yeah.
It's really, but it seems like it's the only art form that gives you that allows you, quote unquote, to actually just, hey, I'm gonna fuck with you, and you're at work right now, but I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
I've heard so
Yeah.
many
But it's
comics
also,
say, "How would you feel if I came to your work and slapped dicks out of your mouth?" I've heard that so many times.
I'm over here sucking a bag of dicks, and they're like, "Yeah, we think we can help. We're gonna make it better." You're not making it better. You're just adding dicks. That's it. You know? Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Show you how
man.
bad it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
go ahead.
it's because I think it's because most of the people in the world, most of the people that I've met in America think they're funny. You know, you get a lot. You get the bartender who thinks he's funny. You get the salesperson who thinks he's funny. You know, like 95% of the world think they're funny, right? But
That
most of them have the fright to get on the stage. None of them have the balls to get on the stage. You know, and we're trying to be that 96 to 100% of funny people.
right.
You know, we're not trying to be those regular 95 percenters. We're trying to be 96 to 100. And that's what they don't really understand, you
And
know?
I know this guy who's funny online. Like if you follow him on Twitter, and I've known him for
Yeah.
years. He's here in Austin. I've known him for years, but he's funny on Twitter. You meet him in person, he's a fucking dud.
Yeah.
Like no charisma whatsoever.
Yeah. Cause he
And
can think about it. He can sit there and think about what he's going to say, you
yeah,
know?
but I think that's most people now.
Yeah,
That's most
exactly.
people. Like if you look at YouTube comments or you look at Twitter or you look at social Instagram or wherever you
Yeah.
see there's comments, look on IGN of all places or Reddit. It's just like people just trying to out funny each other, and
Yeah.
that's and it turns into like it's like a compulsive game. Like I want the wittiest tweet because who knows, my tweet could go viral. You know, if it
Yeah.
gets picked up by Mashable.com when it said this happened and Twitter is not happy with it, and then your tweet gets featured out of the 5 they post in that article, then you've made it somehow. I don't know what
Now you're
that.
getting some love. Yeah.
Come on, it just doesn't.
Oh,
It's
yeah, it bugs me, man. These people that just sit in their house on Twitter and just watch the news and just live for trashing people, they have no lives. That's why all their comments are always angry, trying to hurt people, trying to me too people because they have no lives. They
they're
stay inside and they just try to hurt people instead of going outside and living life. You know, there's more than like just sitting on the internet. That's not reality. Go live, go find love, go experience things through your own eyes, you know, have experiences. That's what life is about, is having that human experience, not about sitting there telling people how they're wrong and how they're right. It bugs me.
dude. I tweeted this thing. Um, was it about like Friday, last Friday? It was somebody got in trouble again over like past tweets from years ago, whatever. And I just tweeted, I want to meet people. I want to meet somebody who has the time to go through years and years of tweets and find the one that's going to like that's not appropriate anymore and say
Yeah,
you've never said anything stupid in your life.
yeah, never.
So
Yeah,
I just tweeted that and this guy replied and said, "Yeah, that's you're absolutely right." And then he messaged me and he said, "Hey, do you want to record a podcast right now?" And he sent me his phone number, and we talked for an hour about life and racism and all of that. Just from that, and this the reason why I bring this up is because um it was random. It was totally random. I don't know the guy. I never met him or anything. I didn't even know he followed me. Like I rarely post anything on Twitter, but he saw what I
Yeah.
posted and it was like, dude, you're so important. Let's talk about that and kind of have a broader conversation about like what life is like these days.
Yeah.
You know, and it turned into an hour-long podcast about the purpose of life. And
Yeah.
and it
See,
came
but
down to exactly what you were saying.
but also at the same time, I think that's what social media was made for, right?
Yes. Yep.
It's to connect people that you never ever thought you would ever connect with,
Yep.
you
I
know?
totally agree.
And now it's turned into this monster, you know, of people have finally found these groups that they connect in, but it's over hate, not love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like you just bring all this hate together and it's just a snowball effect of let's destroy people. Now we got a little bit of power, you know? And dude, it just bugs me, man.
Dude, there was I mean, I grew up. I mean, you were born with the internet.
Yeah,
Uh, growing up in the 80s and 90s, when the internet came out, the promise was, oh, this is awesome because we'll be able to connect with people from across the world, right?
yeah,
You know, there's an information highway. It's called the World Wide Web, and you know, it's uses your phone line. It's so great, and then it has all this information. I'm like, this is dope. This is dope. And then fast forward to, you know, whenever social media started coming up, and now it's just the more divisive thing ever. But information is still out there. That's what's fucked up. And you know what scares me the most is that when you see what can be done now with technology, like all these deep fake shit. Did you see that video of that guy who looked like Tom Cruise?
no, I didn't.
Holy fuck. Okay, so there's this guy who did a video, did a deep, it's basically he had his computer, um uh he fed his computer like thousands and thousands of images of Tom Cruise, right? Images and videos from all of his movies, different angles, everything. And he was able to like um
Calibrate his face.
calibrate his face with it, and
Yeah.
he acts out like Tom Cruise. What do you turn your video off?
What happened? What happened?
You did.
Damn. One sec.
There you
There we
go.
go. Sorry about that.
No, all good. And so, eh, so now we have the technology. This is some random guy in Pittsburgh or some shit like that. And now
Yeah.
we have the technology to make someone say anything.
Yeah,
And that
man.
scares the
Well, it's
shit
like,
out of me.
yeah, me too. That terrifies me, man. It's like my parents always told me, don't believe everything you see on the internet, right?
Yep.
Or don't believe everything you hear. Like believe with what you see, you know? And now that is completely changing because now you don't even know what's real anymore, especially with all this fake news that was piled on the last 4 years. Already our news just gives like a opinionated stuff, right? Oh, is this the video?
Yeah.
That's why. Oh, it's just oh, it's a little embarrassing. You know, it reminds me. It was once in Russia.
That is not Tom
ran
Cruise.
into, Gorbachev.
No.
No.
He said,
Oh, it's close though.
"Mr. Movie Star, are you nervous?" I said, "No, Mr. Gorbachev, I'm not nervous. I don't." He goes, "Well, remember how much a polar bear weighs." I said, "Polar bear?" He said, "Enough to break the ice." It's the last time I've ever seen Mikhail Gorbachev.
If that doesn't freak you out,
Wow.
dude,
Wow.
that's where we are now. That is where we are. And that is not Tom Cruise. It's some dude
I
who
like
has
how he even gave him that real close-up shot of him
Yep.
to like let you see that's Tom Cruise. That's crazy, man.
this
And he
is where
does
we
the
are.
laugh and the smile, and dude, that's crazy, man.
All the little mimics and things, he had them all. And then but this is not real. There's literally a site right now called "This Person Does Not Exist.com" or some shit like that. And you can
Yeah.
refresh the website and it shows you different faces, but those people don't exist. It's all computer generated.
Yeah, and everything now is caught on video. You know, you can't get away with nothing anymore. Everything, someone always has their video out on you.
If it don't catch it on video, it did not happen. That's pretty
Yeah,
much the world we
exactly.
live in. It did not happen.
Exactly.
If
But now, like with that, you don't know even what's real anymore, you know?
well, apparently with this shit,
Dude.
I mean, look, if if what happened to George Floyd was not caught on video, it would have been another.
It would have been swept under the rug.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
I agree.
But
Man.
so it has. I do think if you look at the internet overall and how people interact with it, I think it's the majority. I would say the majority is for bad shit.
I agree.
And I think that's not, like I said, that's not what we were sold back in the 90s. Like, oh yeah, you can connect with people. Like, yeah, connect with them and then fucking
look,
and
you can play
troll 'em.
RuneScape. Look how cool this is. Yeah. Yeah.
This is where we at. I mean, it's interesting how, like, when even an everyday conversation turn to, hey, have you seen this video?
Yeah.
That's really like, if you talk to somebody long enough, you'll be like, oh, have you seen this video? Oh no, this is viral. Have you seen this one? Have you seen that?
God, or TikTok, man. I'm
Oh,
not gonna lie.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
I can't stand it, man.
You're a millennial. You should be all over this shit, man.
I can't, bro. Trust me, dude. I want to be famous. I've tried it, but
Be funny first.
Do it, dude. Yeah, dude. Even that, bro. I can't do TikTok, man. I can't. Even just scrolling through it. You know what I'm saying? Even just scrolling through it, it's all so hacky and so cliched, you know, that I'm just like, either people are doing stupid shit that's going to hurt themselves or they shouldn't, right? Or people are dancing, or people are just doing hacky, trying to be stupid funny. And dude, I've tried to go on it before. I can't even watch it. I'm like, you people are annoying, you know? Like you can have no talent and become a TikToker. No talent.
And guess what? From that, jump into comedy.
Yeah, truly, man. Well, that's the thing, dude. You know, like once again, Patrice said it, man. You get like 5 rides on this entertainment roller coaster, you know? And if you don't really put the work in, when you get your chance to go on a ride up the roller coaster, right? You're going to go down hard and you're not going to get another chance to shine. So it's about putting the work in. So when you get an opportunity, you seize the opportunity. Because once you start rolling in comedy, you start rolling. You know, it picks up, and you got to be ready for it. You know.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
right.
Yeah. So are you? How many mics you're hitting up a week now? Are you keeping count?
No, I just try to do all of them.
You're not working, are you?
No, not right now. No.
Oh, the joys of being 27.
Oh, dude. So like last night, I was going to do 4, but the one down south got canceled. So I hit 3 last night. Dude, tonight, honestly, I seen on the Romo room that they're you know how they're doing the girl only mic? Yeah. Well, there's only like 4 people signed up and it's 7-minute set. So I think I'm going to cruise over there and just be like,
I'll tuck my dick in.
Yeah. I was supposed to be born a girl. I feel like I'm allowed to pass, you know?
I am Candace McDuffie.
I'm Candace McDuffie.
Dude, please sign up as Candace McDuffie.
Well, that's my plan. I'm just going to go there and be like, there's 4 of y'all. Can I just get on, please? You know, 7 minutes. That's like basically 2 mics right there.
No shit.
Just in one. Yeah,
no
man.
Shit. But shout out to the Romo room, man. They've been.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
It is. I consider my home home room. Seriously.
It's the closest thing to comedy clubs since I've been in since a quarantine.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. So shout out to Rob.
Because people can actually hear what you say.
Yeah.
You know, we're not outside with these tall ceilings having to yell at people, you know, to grab attention. In the Romo room, it's intimate. Dude, I was sitting in there one day, right? I hit someone's pen one time and I was just sitting in there looking around like, dude, we are spoiled. We got a personal bartender back here, you know?
Shout out to
sitting
Scott.
here doing comedy. Yeah, man, I love that place. I think it's the best thing we have. They just had April Macy. She killed it. Like, they're bringing in killers right now.
I got my tickets to catch this Godfrey motherfucker again.
Oh, yeah. Godfrey's hilarious, man.
I'm going to look. And if you've listened to the show before, Godfrey and I go way back. And when he comes.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, I know him personally. Yeah, he's been on the podcast.
What?
Yeah. And like about 4 or 5 years ago.
Dang,
2016.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We've hung out. I've told plenty of stories of what I've done with Godfrey, and you know, when we went to dinner, I remember I took him to he did my podcast and we went out to eat, and he was headlining at Cap City, and we left the restaurant, and he was like, "Yo, back, how long is it gonna take us to get there?" I go like, "Yeah, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes." Yeah, right. It took us like 20, and we're on our way there. It's like, look, how far is this place? I'm like, it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. We made it right when they called his name.
Damn.
Yeah, and every night I saw him 3 times that weekend, and every night was different.
Oh yeah.
Every night, I remember there was in the front room at Cap City, there was a benefit for dogs, like raise money for dogs. Like we need more dogs. Or I know Austin is a
Yeah.
dog city. Like people
Yeah.
rather save dogs and save humans. That's how we are in
Yeah.
Austin.
Truly.
But
Truly.
he got on stage and trashed that fucking fundraiser for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes. I'm like, really? You raising money for dogs? What about the dog that bit me when I was 10 years old? That motherfucker needed to die. He just went off and off.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
And that's literally a professional comedian right there.
dude,
You
and
know?
the voices he does so many. He does the Cosby. I mean, he does them all. He does the Cosby. He does a Steve Harvey. He does Richard Pryor, Mooney. He does them all. Seriously, it's like
Oh, God bless, dude.
he did a battle with Jay Farrow on Instagram. Like during the pandemic, they went head to head, like impression for impression, and that shit was fucking fascinating. So I'm glad it's coming back, because when I talked to him, his special went up on Netflix with Tiffany Haddish, like they ready, and he told me, it was like, look, man, I'm on the billboard on Broadway, and like I've been at this for like 20, almost 30 years, and I've never been on the billboard before. And he's like, this is a blessing, and everything. I'm like, motherfucker, you're gonna bring your ass to Austin. And he said, I don't know, Cap City's it's gone, fuck Cap City, and because he had beef with the management at the time. But anyway, and I was like, no, you're gonna come here. And the next thing you know, he's booked. So I'm glad.
Yeah. So let me ask you the big question.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm asking?
How to pronounce my last name? What?
Nah. No, that's so funny though. Are you gonna try to open for him?
I don't think I'm there, man.
But you're a friend, dude. That's the important
No, he
part.
won't.
You know?
Like, first of all, he hasn't seen any of my shit.
Okay, I feel that.
Last time I saw him was last February, right before COVID hit. I was in New York for my brother's wedding, and he had this bit that he built off of me. Like he has the whole thing about languages, and we had this one night I was in New York, and we're in the back of the Comedy Cellar, and we're talking about how big of like he was saying it was a bigger Wu-Tang fan than I am. I'm like, motherfucker, no, you're not. We kept going back and forth like that, and I told you, man, I learned English listening to Wu-Tang Clan. You got nothing on this. I don't care. I don't care if you know Method Man personally. I don't care if you have a shirt with the G of Godfrey and the Wu-Tang. I don't give a shit. They taught me English. I can talk to you right now because of thanks to the Wu-Tang Clan. And,
wow.
And so he built this whole bit about languages. And I was in New York last February, and I called him up. I said, hey, man, I'm in town. My brother's getting married. I would come down to the cellar. We went down there. And then he did the bit that he had been working on this language bit for a year. And then he, on stage, he said, y'all know that bit I've been working on about languages? And I know this guy who learned English, listen to Wu-Tang Clan. There he is. And I was right there. And he pulled me on stage at the Comedy Cellar and asked me, hey, how did you learn? Tell everybody how you learned English. I go, Wu-Tang. And he goes, that's the motherfucker I've been talking about for a year. And he put, the fact alone that I stood on that stage at the Comedy Cellar was just unbelievable to me.
Yeah, dude, I was mind blown when you said I was just sitting in the back of the Comedy Cellar just chilling. You know, you said that, and I was like, I'm jealous, dude. I want to do that so bad,
dude. It was out of nowhere because he. I went to this party. I texted him before going to this like Afro Beats party. It was like 4 blocks away from the cellar, and I got out of the party around 3 a.m. No, yeah, it was something like that. And I texted him. He goes, "Look, I'm in the back of the cellar. You want to come through?" I'm like, "Don't you close right now?" He says, yeah, we're just chilling. And then I went through the back door and I sat there. It was him, and then Michael Che showed up, and then I forgot who else showed up. We just sat there and talked about hip hop. And he was like, "I'm a bigger Wu-Tang fan than you are." I'm like, "Motherfucker, no." But I originally
Dude,
met him at Moon Tower. If Moon Tower comes back the
yeah.
way it was, that was the best. Like, if you want to meet comedians, like that's how I met so many of them and got to talk to them one on one. Like Mark, now I'm just dropping names now. That's how big of a fan I am. But because I'm a fan first before all this shit. But being able, I remember I was launching my podcast and I sat down with Mark Maron and he gave me some advice. Like at the time, WTF was just about to pop off, and he gave me some advice on, and we shared a plate of jambalaya at the Stephen F. Austin bar. So if Moon Tower comes back the way that it was, probably not this year, but probably the next year.
Well, I've seen posters so far that they said, I know Mark Norman's coming for it.
Yeah,
That's
but they're just doing shows.
So far.
But the way,
okay, it's not the full festival. Okay.
Yeah, as the full festival, it's like a South by Southwest for comics. So they're all around you everywhere you go, and you go from one, like there's a show at Antone's. It's like literally 10 people on the lineup, and then you walk over to Parish, and then you see some more, and then there's the goddamn comedy jam, and there's headliners at the Paramount. So you're basically walking around downtown, running around comics, and then at the end of every night, they all hang out at the bar. So you get to talk to them. That's how I met Godfrey. That's how I met Dan Soder. That's how I met Mark Maron. That's how I met Michael Che. And you just get to hang out. Kurt Metzger, like all those. I ended up at a diner with Kurt Metzger, Greg Warren, Dan Soder, Ari Shaffir, Joe DeRosa. I'm at the table like this, just holy fuck, I can't believe this shit.
I wouldn't even be saying anything. I'd just be listening.
I did not say a word.
I'd be scared. Like, I gave him a ride enough to even talk. Yeah,
I gave him a ride there because they thought he could walk from downtown all the way to 24 Diner, which is about 7 blocks. And I'm like, no, come on, I'll give you all a ride. And then I end up at the table and I'm just sitting there, just taking it in. Like, so definitely go to Moon Tower.
Do you remember the advice Maron told you?
He was like, be consistent and don't worry so much about download numbers because it takes time to build. But the key is be consistent. It's like anything. It's like you have to keep doing it to get better at it. And especially if you're trying to build material or just get better at talking. That's what's helped me a lot is talking to people one-on-one or one-on-two, whatever, has helped me like with my speech a lot. I still
with everything, huh?
I started a little bit because I switched between French and English with my son, but it's really helped me like listen first, before you talk. And it was like, that's where I'm at. That's the way because you started a podcast recently, right? Didn't you?
Yeah. I'm actually doing 2 of them. I started one with my buddy Trent, who used to be a producer at one of the radio stations up here called the Trent G and Mac D Show, where, we just kind of riff and have fun. Then yesterday I did one with Kyle Dowdy and Jack Timmons.
Kyle is funny as shit, by the way.
Yeah, they're both very funny dudes, man. I know, bro. Kyle's been down in the dumps lately, and I've been telling him, like, dude, shut up. When we were in San Diego, you were running circles around me with your tight 10 minutes, all right? I was like, just relax, have fun. We're supposed to be here. Remember, the Austin race hasn't even really started yet.
Yeah.
The clubs haven't even opened yet. We're still in a pandemic. We're still just like, getting comfortable, man. There's still a wave of people that are going to come to Austin.
Yeah.
It's not even, wait till all 5 clubs are open. Then it's going to be crazy.
So be ready.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them. That's what I'm saying. I was like, just relax, bro. Like, we're in the stage right now of it's 10,000 hours on the stage. It doesn't matter if you're that funny, if you're getting booked on these little bar shows. They're nice. Don't get me wrong, but we're not looking for that. I'm looking for longevity in my career. I'm trying to not have a regular job for the rest of my life.
Look, you're still young.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. Yeah.
I'm 57, man. I gotta do something.
You're 57?
You actually believe me. I like it.
You're lying to me.
The look on your face.
Bro, for a whole minute, I was jealous. I said, black does not crack. I'm jealous, son.
And you know what?
I'm getting crow's feet already, you know? Damn.
Yeah, look, with a name like Brian Charles McDuffie, you're not going to age well. I'll tell you that much. So you
yeah, dude, I know.
You better take care of yourself right now.
No, dude, I'm not. After this, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, 30 is going to be brutal. 40 is going to be even more brutal.
Oh,
50
yeah,
is going to hit you in the face. And
I'm
60 is going to kill you.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you this. If I'm not famous by 40, I might kill myself, though, you know? So it don't even matter.
No, but I'm
too dark. I'm joking.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
joking.
It's fine. No, I just turned 39. But thanks for that. I appreciate
Still,
the compliment.
39. I wouldn't have guessed 39 either, man. I was going to guess like 32. So God bless, dude.
I will take
God
it.
bless.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Look, my dad looks is 70. He's looked 45 for 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Good for you, man.
We got good genes. 100% African over here.
That's the secret.
That's the genes, man. That's the genes.
Good for y'all, man.
Hey,
yeah.
Lotion.
Yeah.
The secret is lotion.
Yeah, like like Bill Burr said, white people don't know we can't put it anywhere else besides our dick, you know.
Nice.
Look, dude, I got a little ash on my hands right here. You know, that's not good, dude.
Look, Jergens is your friend.
Yeah. I actually put lotion on the other day because I was itching. I was like, dude, I think I got dry skin.
Dude.
Put some lotion on. I was like, oh, I feel amazing, like a baby. It was great.
It's a battle with my son trying to put lotion on him after his bath, and he's like, no cream. I don't want cream. I'm like,
yeah,
you're half white.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to compensate for that. I know you have 100% African blood running through your veins right now, but still, I'm gonna have to put some lotion on your ass, and you're gonna have to keep that shit going. He's half.
So his mom is African too?
No, his mom is white.
Okay, from here.
Yeah, from Arkansas. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn,
you haven't been paying attention to my jokes, have you?
Arkansas, that's white. No, I do remember that joke. Yeah, Arkansas, that's white, dude.
That is, yeah. So in my joke, I said Arkansas is so white that I was the Black Lives Matter movement.
That's good though.
As in, I'm moving here, I'm moving to the back to the room, I'm moving to the. Yeah. That was me moving around. That's what
you were the only one marching.
Pretty much everywhere I went, I was everybody's only black friend. Everywhere I went, oh, my black friend. What up, token? What up, token? I'm like, I was fucking token.
You're like, my name is 3 letters, guys. Come on.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. What's your dope shit?
My dope shit. So last night I watched the Snyder Cut. Have you seen that yet?
No, I'm not a big superhero movie type, and especially. Okay, go ahead. Share your dope shit now, and I will break it down for you.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the first one.
Yeah, this is like the second making of the movie, right? Because the first one was just so god awful. This one, man, it was one of the best movies I ever seen. It was so good though because we drank a little shroom tea, you know. So we were in the zone for it, dude. It was crazy, man. It competed with the Avengers. It's a 4-hour movie.
Oh,
6 parts, 4-hour movie. We stayed awake for the whole thing. It just ran. It ran. If you haven't seen the Snyder Cut yet, HBO got a 7-day free trial. Check that out because it's the dopest movie I've watched in the last 5 years, and I'm a movie guy.
That's a big statement to make, man.
I'm a movie guy, dude. Watch it. Check that out. It was so good, dude. You see me and my gold chain are preaching over here. It was so good, man.
I have a thing for superhero movies that bugs me is that the whole thing is shot in the green room, in the green CG. Everything is CGI. Okay. There's nothing real about it. And I'm all for special effects. I get it. It's expensive as fuck now. I mean, they're not gonna go and destroy a city, of course not. But but the level of special effects in a movie like that is just so much that you're like, I get it. That's what bugs me about it.
Let me tell you this. So I got
Marvel does it right. Marvel does it right.
So let me tell you this. I got a buddy, right, who is a big cinema guy. He doesn't even call them movies. He calls it cinema. right? He has favorite directors, and he's the same way about he hates Marvel movies, right? He's like Martin Scorsese. He doesn't think they're cinema, right? He thinks they're ruining the movie industry, right? He said he watched his Justice League movie and was so highly recommended on it. The camera angles are crazy. They're like, like just coming into stuff, right? The CGI is great. There's some stuff that you're like, that's a little corny, but like the CGI was great. The bad guys were great. The action scenes were great. There's actually like there's a morality to the film. So good, dude.
Do you really think if you're not high, you would enjoy it as much?
I don't think I would have finished it all, but yeah, I still think I would have enjoyed it.
Okay, I dare you to watch it again, not high. See what happens.
Well, yeah, I will, but also like 4 hours into the movie, I started thinking about my ex-girlfriend, so I started trailing off a little bit, But I think that was more the drugs, But yeah.
Try it. I dare you. Try it.
I will, and I'll let you know.
Yeah,
next time I see you, I'll let you know.
Please do.
I might do it tonight, actually. Watch it. Watch
4
it
hours
the second
to kill.
time. Yeah,
man.
Be
on coffee or something. 4 hours.
Yeah, I might split it up.
Effects.
Wake it up in the morning and just watch the last 2 hours.
I hope you don't you don't have like epilepsy or anything like that with all the flashing around.
You just see me at the next open mic and my eyes a little droopy,
Yeah, right.
What happened?
Did you fall on your face again?
Yeah. Check out the Harry Potter scar, dude. And I like how I got this now too. Like I was in the mafia or something. It looks so much better.
You look half Chinese at one point.
I look like I'm in the fucking Wu-Tang, baby. I look, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, All
right, let's see. What's my dope? Oh, my dope shit is, if you're a fan of anime, Attack on Titan season 4. I just finished it, but I couldn't stop, so I kept I've been like, the thing is, Attack on Titan, if you're not familiar with the concept, actually it's even hard to describe. It's like these people who live in the world where there's titans. They don't know where they come from, and those titans just eat them, and they're trying to survive. But it's way deeper. The plot gets so much more complex. Just got to watch it on Hulu or wherever. Season 4 is out right now, but if you read the manga, it comes out once a month, and when it comes out, it's like 40 pages at a time. So you have to. And I today just caught up with everything. Like I watched the 4th season, and I read all the manga up to this month edition, and it just gets fucking better, man. I don't know how to come up with these plots, but in these characters, and it's so fucking deep. I love it. So Attack on Titan, go check it out. All right.
Yo, real quick. Once I heard you don't know who the good guy is anymore.
Yeah.
In Attack on Titan. I can't wait, dude. I haven't watched season 4 yet. I can't wait.
Watch it, but then keep reading. I don't know if it's the final season. I don't know if they're gonna do a second part of it to catch up with the manga. But I say just watch it all, and I guarantee you it doesn't stop. So you have to keep reading. And it's 40 pages at a time. There's plenty of websites. If you Google read Attack on Titan online, there's plenty of websites you can read them all for free.
Pops up. Cool. So, and My Hero Academia too. Shout out, dude. My favorite anime is coming back.
I have beef with that one. I have beef with that one. We're gonna have to talk about that in person, because
all right.
I've actually brought it. I had an episode about anime back in December, and I break down why My Hero Academia pisses me off. I still read it. I'm still reading it every day, just as a something else to read every week. But it gets annoying because it's a formula that's been done over and over again, and I get it.
Yeah, anyway, I feel that.
Where can people find you on the social medias and the interwebs?
It is all the same. Brian, Brian, Mac, MAC, capital D, comedy. Brian Mac D comedy. Instagram is my big one, so scope me on Instagram now.
Sounds good. As always, make sure you follow the FeedBak everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Go to the archives. That helps. Leave a comment, something, share with your friends. Like I put out now we're putting out 2 episodes a week. So Mondays and Thursday mornings is when the new episode drop. I got a lot of people coming up. I've had a lot of people on this podcast. I'm hitting 200 this week. So there's plenty of.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I still more people I want to talk to, more comics, people in the comedy scene. I hope Godfrey comes back. He has to come back. Fuck it. I'm gonna make
Oh,
him.
he'll be back.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
you
I'm
got your
gonna make him.
friends,
I'm
dude.
like,
Your friends, yeah.
I'm like, you come to my city, you have to come talk to me. Um. Anyway, Brian Charles McDuffie, thank you so much for your time.
Backery, I'm not going to say your last name.
Yeah, don't. I'll take
Man,
it.
thank you for having me on, brother.
All right, thank you so much. Talk to you next time. Ciao,
Yeah,
ciao.
see you soon, man. Thank you, brother. Peace.